Gary Alfonso is in studio with our Markets Unusual segment, and today we're looking at Monster energy drinks. Gary, hi.
Well, hi there. We like to look at unusual things, and we, you know those big trucks that jump over other trucks and with the huge tires.
Yes.
Now, Monster drinks, the green one. I went and bought this one this morning. This is the zero sugar version, which I'm going to try after lunch today, and hopefully I'll sleep tonight. But not a huge fan. I'm not product punting. But from a marketing perspective, this is truly one of the most incredible value stories in the world. And if I told you it was started by two South Africans in South Africa in the 1990s, you won't believe me. But two Wits graduates, Rodney Sachs and Hilton Schlossberg, started this company. They started a company and met up again in the US in the early 90s and effectively bought an orange juice company called Hanson Natural Corporation for $1.7 million.
Okay.
In 1999 to 2000, the concept of Monster started coming onto the market, and they started this energy drink company called Monster. And one of the very well-known secrets today is that this drink, Monster drink, or the Monster Beverage Corporations, it changed its name in 2012 from Hanson Corporation to Monster Corporation, Monster Beverage Corporation in 2012, because of the massive success of the Monster brand. Everywhere you go, people are either competing between this one and another unlisted one, which is called Red Bull, which is not listed and is completely owned by a family in Austria. So at the end of the day, competing but in the US, Monster drink is by far the market leader. So, and here's the thing. It was trading, it was a penny stock in the early late 90s. It was a penny stock, and when it listed on the New York Stock Exchange, on the NASDAQ, when it listed, you could get it for as low as 10 US cents.
Okay.
So if you invested, and before we get to the real kick of what the Monster brand has done, it has outperformed on the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is this global index which equity and finance and asset managers use and traders use to track the performance of companies throughout time, and not only throughout time, but for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So if I told you that Monster was the #1 performing stock over the past 30 years on the S&P 500, the top performing stock over 30 years, you'd say I'm crazy, because Nvidia is there,
100%.
Amazon is there,
Yeah.
Apple is there. So even Nvidia, which is now the world's biggest tech company, Monster outperformed it by more than 50%.
Wow.
So if you look at the return over 30 years, if you invested $10,000, or at that time roughly about 100,000 Rand, in 1999, into Monster Beverage Corporation, which was obviously under a different name at the time, but when it became Monster, if you invested that kind of money in 1999, how much do you think you'd have today?
I'm going to say maybe $100,000.
Okay,
Yes.
you'd be wrong. You would have in the area of about 150 million Rand if you invested 100,000 Rand. So you can make your calculations.
Yeah.
But in effect, if you invested $10,000 in 1992, you would have $21 million today. So $21 million today is close to about 400 million Rand. So, all depending on, and who knew that an energy drink, and two boykies from Wits University in South Africa would do that. And what it's done is it's performed at an average of about 232,000% growth.
Wow.
Over this period. So right at the top, look with the other logistics company, technical companies, Monster Beverages is one of the great success stories, not only from South Africa, but in investing in a long-term plan, and going as far as consumer behavior is concerned, and saying that Monster is not such a monster when it comes to making money and investing.
Love it, Gary. Very interesting one, and I think that will actually get me to try a Monster. I love a good South African story.
Yeah, I'm trying my first one, so let's see.
That was Gary Alfonso in Markets Unusual.